So we're seeing increased concern, not yet panic, but concern for now about the spread of monkeypox, possibly through sexual contact, which we're going to talk about sort of as the second part of this story. So first of all, what is monkeypox? Monkeypox is an infectious disease, a communicable disease that can be transmitted between animals and people, and also between people, is caused by the monkeypox virus. The symptoms are initially fever, headache, muscle pain, swollen lymph nodes, and feeling tired. And then later, you get this rash that forms blisters which crust over. And in that sense, it's in the kind of universe of smallpox, chickenpox, etc. The type from when you're the time from when you're exposed until you get symptoms is typically around 10 days, which, as you can imagine, can make contact tracing potentially more difficult. And the duration of symptoms is typically 2 to 4 weeks. It can look a lot like chickenpox in humans. And the ways that it spreads, unlike COVID, it does not tend to spread through aerosolized virus particles, although it's conceivable that if you have respiratory involvement, it could spread in that way. But primarily, monkeypox spreads through the handling of what's called bushmeat, through being bit by an animal or scratched by an animal carrying it. And then between humans, it can spread through bodily fluids, contaminated objects, close contact with other humans who have it. The smallpox vaccine, not the monkeypox vaccine, the smallpox vaccine is believed to be about 85% effective at preventing monkeypox. And then in 2019, a monkeypox vaccine called, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Jynneos, also known as Imvanex in the European Union, and Imvamune in Canada, was approved for adults in the United States. So that's monkeypox. What's happening in this particular outbreak? Earlier this month, several cases were identified in London and one in Northeast England. Portugal and Spain have reported several cases. And then a case was confirmed in Massachusetts by the CDC after a man traveled to Canada. Potentially, there's a case in New York City that's under investigation, and health officials are investigating what is believed to be Florida's first positive case. It's a presumptive positive case in South Florida. That case appears to be related to international travel, and that person is isolated. The Canadian nexus is that earlier this month in Quebec, 2 cases were confirmed. 20 more are still under investigation in Canada. So how is it spreading? What's the connection here? The WHO right now is working on a sexual contact theory. This is very early. We don't have all the details, but David Heyman from the WHO spoke to Reuters and is working on the idea that there seems to be a possible sexual contact kind of chain in a number of the cases so far. Heyman said, quote, "What seems to be happening now is that it's got into the population as a sexual form, a genital form, and is being spread as a sexually transmitted infection, which has amplified its transmission around the world." Very early, important things. And if you're wondering, oh no, are there already conspiracy theories about monkeypox? Yes, there are, and we're going to get to them momentarily. But if you're wondering, number one, is this likely to trigger a global COVID type response? The answer is almost certainly not. This spreads differently. It's less contagious. And we're going to deal with that kind of in the conspiracy segment. And number two, is this strictly speaking a sexually transmitted disease? Strictly speaking, it's not, but it is a disease that can be spread through sexual contact. And we're going to have more information about that as we continue to learn about this. But that's the latest from the WHO and other authorities on monkeypox. Yes, let's talk about the conspiracy theories. One of our longtime sponsors is Vincero Collective. If you don't know Vincero yet, it's the place to go for quality watches, sunglasses, and more. Serious style, undeniable quality, and total versatility put Vincero really at the top of the game, and their newest watch release is no exception. It's the Argo Automatic. It spotlights everything I love about Vincero. I got the Argo Automatic in frost white. This is a dive watch, which is, of course, a staple in the watch world, but I really think Vincero found a way to make this one stand out. I love the gradient blue accent of the hour markers against the solid white face. I really love all of their watches, and I own a bunch, but the Argo is probably my favorite so far. Vincero sunglasses and jewelry and other accessories are awesome too. An excellent way to elevate any outfit. Vincero Collective is giving my audience 15% off all products and free shipping. Go to vincerocollective.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.